Hi everyone. I hope lunch was good. I'm gonna go with English now because our speaker is going to present in English. So, who here thinks SEO is dead? I guess. I knew it.
Okay.
You think? I don't think it is, especially in the e-commerce world. But AI crawlers are changing the game. Semantic search is a new reality, and if you're not preparing your stores for this future, you're already behind. Emad Sharaki, it's okay, the pronunciation? Emad Sharaki?
That's correct.
Perfect. He's a technical SEO and AI specialist at Autodoc with over a decade of experience in e-commerce and WordPress ecosystems. He's a regular speaker at WordCamp events, focusing on semantic SEO, technical optimization, and AI-driven search strategies. Currently based here in the beautiful city of Porto.
Of course.
Emad helps global e-commerce brands build future-proof SEO strategies that bridge traditional search and the new AI-powered era. Here to show is exactly how to future-proof our WordPress e-commerce stores with semantic SEO and AI crawler optimization. Please welcome Emad Sharaki.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to have you again. This is not the first time, this is the second time. First time it was last year, WordCamp. I'm so excited because today we are talking about a very hot topic and very new topic about the AI crawlers and SEO. Who is working in SEO? Yeah, we have many SEO guys. Perfect. Okay. So, our session today is very, very comprehensive with a lot of information about the AI and semantic SEO and the AI crawlers. So I hope we get all information that you need for the first quarter of the next year, because it's very important to prepare everything from now about the AI crawlers and the new generation of SEO. So our agenda with a lot of information. Okay. And our session, of course, is in English. So today our agenda with a lot of stuff like the changing from the SEO to GIO and what is the semantic SEO. Of course, the people who's working in SEO know what is semantic, but we need to do some more stuff in the new generation of AI. And we need to understand the part of the AI crawlers because very important. And we need to know how they extract the data from the website, because normally we know the traditional agents like Googlebot, how they can extract data from the website. But for AI crawlers, it's different. They're using more than one method. I will explain of that. And why this matter for WooCommerce? It's very important too. And the strategy for WordPress. And how to optimize our website. That's a core. And the very important part for the technical guys and the SEO should know what is the product feed specification and how it works. And of course, the future of e-commerce. Okay. So some people, they say the SEO is dead or gone, but it's a kind of shift or extended or expanded. Okay, so the difference between the traditional search model and the AI search model is kind of different, really different, because the traditional search model is based on keyword. So when you put the keywords, for example, in the title, meta description, and the content, and your page you selected by Google and get some clicks, this is called of traditional SEO. But for AI, it's different because the people ask a question to GPT, for example, and GPT searching for the meaning of your question and based on that, delivering the answers. So we are shifting from the SEO to GEO, generative engine optimization, from search engine optimization to generative engine optimization. And the new model is smart search, okay? And smart search, which mean the people they asking the question, and the question is coming to you with a different of meaning. And how it works, we will know later how it works, but I need from everyone to understand that the traditional SEO is the keyword leading your page and generate your clicks is the old method. Now it's based on a question, and a question seeking the meaning and delivering the answer. So the search is not longer about the words, it's about the meaning, and it's part of the semantic SEO. It's kind of the context of the content itself. So you should, in the new generation of the AI, you should have in your content is readable by AI, and you have the context and relation between the content each other, because we need to drive the entity to the AI model. So what is semantic SEO? Is optimization for meaning over keyword. So we will not say like we will do a keyword research. This is like the traditional part. We were looking for the meaning of what we need to deliver to everyone. So for example, if you query Apple in Google, you need to understand what you are looking for. You are looking for the apple, the fruits, or the apple, the company. So it's not just optimization for search engine, but we need to understand. So the AI need to understand your content, not need to read the keyword in the title of the page or in description or in content itself. So the semantic SEO builds the context and the entity and relation between the content on the page. So every page should answer the question. So that's why the people who's working the SEO is focusing on FAQs and the schema markup for FAQs, because they know the AI is looking for the answers because they receive a lot of questions from the people and they need to find the best answer, not only the answer. So we here do a verse between traditional keyword based on search and the semantic search. The semantic search is based on query intent and context and semantics. Okay. And that comparison between lexical search and semantic, for example, when someone query Robert Duaney Jr. and the result is coming like this, but for semantic search, they need to understand the query. If someone query, like who plays Iron Man in an adventure movie, for example, they need to know what you mean by this search. You mean the actor, or you mean the name of the actor, and we'll get a result for you. Okay, let's understand the AI crawlers, because it's a little bit different. We know every traditional crawler like Google Bot and Bing and Yahoo, even Yandex, all of these called a traditional crawler with agents. But for AI crawler, we have a GPT, like 4 agents, and Mistral AI, the French AI, and DeepSeek, the Chinese one, and Grok, of course. Of course, you know all of this. All of this, they visiting your website or doing some method. We will talk later about this. And not only this, we have like more than 20 of AI crawler pulling your content to their AI model. Okay, so how the AI search works? When someone will query or ask for a question, they need to understand and expand the queries. And they take a millisecond to expand the queries and search multiple resources to find the best answer to you. So they deliver the best answer in GPT, for example, because they have a lot of resources, not only one resource. And they picked the best answer based on context and semantic of the SEO. For example, how they looking to your product page, for example. They find your product, okay, and they want to understand the name of your product, in which category, and for which case. For example, if we are talking about a skincare category and we have a product like dry skin, they need to understand that product is belonging to which category and for which cases, and what the problem they solving. They need to understand this product is solve a problem or not, and what is the solution, and this product belong to which brand. And there is a review is recommended that normally in SEO, in the traditional one, we should have the schema markup, all of this, but they need to understand here this product is solve a problem, and when they solve the problem, what is the solution? So they read your content like human search. It's like a human. They need to know the context and the entity and make the relationship. Okay, they just not crawling your content. They need to comprehend the content itself on the page. Okay, so this is an important part. We need to know how the AI crawler extract data from the website. Normally, we are using Google Analytics, and we saw that the visits coming from the organic source, from direct, from ads, for example, and we see everything on the Google Analytics. And of course, we saw the organic traffic coming from Google, from Bing, and other source. But here we have a 4 primary method to extract data from the website. The modern AI crawlers like GPT and Gemini using the 4 method, and there is using a traditional one, okay, and advanced method based on or design, for semantic to understand the product to driven the AI for the e-commerce result. For example, the traditional crawling. That's normal, that's using by Googlebot, and the AI using that also. So the crawler load the page normally and browse and press the HTML, pulling the HTML, and read normally like the Googlebot, the title, the heading, the paragraph, and the schema markup, the meta title, meta description, and the internal link. And they normally doing that like the traditional one. And why this matter? Because this the first understand, because they are using other method, okay, like the second method to extract data from the website. They using the schema markup, okay, and they prefer the structured data, because structured data with all information about the product, like the product title, the price of the product, the brand, the organization, and reviews. And also they need to know the entity relationship about this product. So why is this important? Because they will understand the knowledge graph to build the information about the product. And the third method is more technical, and it's very, very important and very new. The modern of AI, they are using the method for AI commerce. The crawler fetch a single structured data. Okay, it's a JSON file or whatever I will mention the extension and the specification of that. They need to pulling this data from the JSON file, because they need to understand like the schema markup, but it's really different. And this is very important because later you should deliver a file with JSON extension. It's called a product feeds for the AI. It's different. It's a file with all products that you pick or that you need to show in the AI when the people searching for a product. So included in that JSON file, they have the product title and the brand, the AI flags. It's a very big part, and the merchant metadata information about the merchant and the currency and the country of that product. This is very important for the AI model because it's faster and clearer and more accurate. So the last method is based on API. Okay, I was talking yesterday with my friend about that. They're using the AI endpoint, the REST or GraphQL is a more technical part, but it's very important to know. And they filtered the queries by category and brands and the pricing and the stock, because imagine if you have a product and your product is out of stock, it will not show in the AI model by any means. You should have a criteria to show your products in GPT. And I will talk about the agentic protocol later. But this is a very important method. So we have 4 methods to extract data from the website. So why this matter for WooCommerce? Because now we have buying GPT. Everyone know now GPT is offering the product when someone looking for a product and want to buy. So GPT is showing the product to the customers. But here the criteria, because everyone know all stores in around the world, in each country, they can show there is product. The agentic commerce protocol is a cooperation between OpenAI and the Stripe, the payment gateway. They will agree together. If you have a store in United States and you have a Stripe as a payment gateway, based on that, and we have the criteria, of course, the criteria of the product, you have the title, the meta description, you have the scheme markup, the visibility, everything. You have a chance to show your product in GPT. Okay, so if my store is not in US, for now it's only for US and with a Stripe, and later it will be continue with the PayPal and the OpenAI, the agentic protocol. It will be cooperation with PayPal. And for Europe now, there is no news because they need to comply with a lot of things. So for now, it's working only for the merchant in US that using the Stripe payment gateway, and later they use a PayPal, and they are also make a cooperation between the Shopify, that platform. So, so even you have the store, imagine now we have the cooperation between OpenAI and Stripe in Europe, and you have the chance to show your product in the search. You should have the product with completed data, okay? Because if you are not complete your data and the schema markup or the JSON file, you don't have the chance to show your product in GPT. So, and this is statistics like 70% of users interact with AI-driven result before visiting the site. They need to know the information about the product first before they moving to the payment gateway. And the AI-driven now, the recommendation to replacing traditional search, okay, by showing a smart shopping agent and see the different result like this on GPT. So someone is asked GPT for a question, what's the best espresso machine, and GPT respond with this answer. So we need to rely also on AI models like GPT, not only on the Google. Okay, so what is the weaknesses on your product page? If you need to optimize your product page, you should avoid this. Like you are using the supplier description, like that dropshipping websites, they are using description from the merchant, okay? And outdated schema markup, okay, it should be updated, because if outdated, it will not show, of course. And you should have internal link with related products and other stuff. And category without context or without semantic is not show too. If you have a poor website flow, and that's of course for core web vital and for AI, The AI also never show a website with a slow pages. So what is the WordPress and e-commerce strategy? Of course, who is working in SEO know about the LLMS. Okay. If you are using the SEO plugins, of course you will see the part of the new generation of the AI, the LLMS.text, and this for define which AI put can crawl and which AI can not crawl our pages. And what else? We have also AI.text, and this a part of policy layer is declare the content usage for training and attribution rights, and AI JSON, the technical access, the list of APIs and the endpoint, and that's it. And the data structure, okay, dataset.json, you should have this, okay. And because you need to provide your products through that file. And the full LMS is the final one, is the master file for all of this. So, because many of who is working the SEO know only LLMS, but there is other file you should implement in your website. So we should have this like a checklist, a very quick checklist. What I need to have on my product page. You need to have a structured data, okay, and you need to have in your website LLMS.text and semantic copy, okay. You should create entity rich content in your product page, and you should use the internal link because they need to understand the relation between that product and the other products. And the site speed optimization, of course, we need to meet the core vital. It's very important for the user experience, not only for the SEO or for AI crawler. So how to optimize the website for AI search? Okay, you need to make sure your website accessible to AI crawler. You should correct your robots.text by allowing the agents for Google, for GPT bot and Gemini and the other bot. And of course, Google Extended is not a traditional agent. Google Extended is AI agent. It's for Gemini. And the very technical, important part is about the firewall, the website that using a Cloudflare, they are blocking the AI crawler for the new accounts who have already account on Cloudflare. They can control by blocking your page or blocking the host name or allow the crawlers. So you need to make sure, maybe you are doing all of this, but your technical team is in the configuration, Cloudflare is blocking the AI crawler, so they will not visit your website or kick outside. So you need to make sure if you are using Cloudflare or any CDN that using the firewall, the AI is allowing at your website. And using the semantic HTML, this is very important for traditional SEO and for the AI SEO, very important. The AI need a clear and semantic HTML. They don't like to see them. You need to explain the part for each part on the page, like the footer, the header, and the aside. What we have here in the like a paragraphs or heading. We need to explain that on our pages. And of course, the part of the content, he should full coverage everything and provide the internal link to other pages to understand the context. That's very important. It's not about the creating the content and leave it as is. You should provide the context and the relation between each part. For example, in the product page, you should mention why you are using that product, why you should have this product, and what is the problem that product solve, and what is the solution. You should provide all of this, not a product description, because the product description is available, of course, at any part. Okay, so you should, as I mentioned, you should add the detailed content to category and product page. So not only the product description or just the reviews, you need to add more information about like material. If you have a product with material, you should mention why this product is useful or perfect. More specification about the product or detailed specification, and why you should have this product as well. All of this is very important. Then and the FAQs is really very important. You should have the FAQs, not 2 or 3 questions, should many questions, but it's not a spammy questions. You should put a question and answer that answer everyone who asks about this product. And of course, the schema markup. You should have a schema markup, because if you have a schema markup, your product will show like this in search engine and AI model, like GPT. If you don't have the schema markup, it will appear like this. So the people need to know the rating of this product, and this product in stock or not, and the price of this product, how many reviews, because if you saw reviews like 4.8 and more than 200 reviews, and the price is possible for you, of course you will buy this product. And the very important part about the server response and the core web vital is still very important, not only in the SEO for search engine, but also for GEO. Okay, very important part. What is the product feed specification that you mentioned? I mentioned 4 methods. Okay, one of these methods is the feed. The feed is very important, because the technical team in your company, you should know what is the feed delivery, what is the property included, and what is the requirement, because he will prepare that file for you. Okay. The most important part here for me, the size file. Do you remember the XML sitemaps? You can list more than 1,000, 2,000, but for that size here, it's 5 gigabyte. But I recommend, if you have a huge number, or your e-commerce store have thousands of products, you should have your file less than 1 gigabyte. And this is also very important, because you must know what is the field that you need for that JSON file. You need to know the ID or the SEQ of product page, the title, description, the link, the image of product, the brand. All of this very important. If you don't have this, and you even have the file, you are not showing the AI, because you are missing the pricing part, for example. Or you are not mentioning the condition of this product. Is it new or used or refurbished? You should have all of this. This is all mandatory. It's not optional. There is other optional fields, but this is very important. And what the format is accepted, they accept the JSON feed, of course, that rich for AI context, but also they have CSV and TSV, okay, for the huge files. And the feed hosting and access control should be hosted in CDN like Cloudflare. And this is the name of the file, for example, feed/AI products. For example, you should, if you have a categories with a lot of products, you should have the name of category, and they will understand that product belong to that category. And also they have the standard of the caching and the request limit. You should have the request limit, because we don't need to see the server down. Okay, so the future of e-commerce search, almost done. Okay, the people, they are searching now in AI model, okay, like GPT, and the user won't search the AI agent, sorry, they will search for you. You will ask a question and they will respond in GPT. You don't need to go to search on other places. They will prepare the best answers, the best thing for you based on what you have on your website. So what is the takeaway, the final part? The semantic SEO is now already on traditional SEO, but it will be expanded in the future. The AI crawler is a new reader more than Google, okay, the new agents. Of course, if you have WordPress and WooCommerce and plugin for SEO, of course you have a powerful of optimization website, and in the content it should be the final one. It should be understandable. They need to understand your content on your website to be chosen. Thank you so much. And
We still have some time. Questions.
yeah, it's time for question.
Are you done?
Yeah, yes. It's a lot of information, I'm so sorry.
I need to take this out. So anyone has a question for Ahmad?
Hey, thanks. So in SEO, we have keyword research, keyword tracking, keyword bunch of things. How do we measure that in GEO?
Okay. You will not focusing to put the keyword on the title or the meta description. You can use the keyword, but you need to add the context to that keyword. So you don't need to mention it in the title or meta description.
So no, the question was more like how do we measure if GEO is working or not, basically.
Okay.
If it is a strategy that it is working.
To track the AI crawler.
Yeah.
For example, they have the logs of Cloudflare, and there is other tools can track, but for now they can track from the analysis log from Cloudflare. You can see the log, all of AI crawler on the log file.
Okay, so basically we just know if we have more traffic or not.
Yeah, and they will see the name of the AI crawler and the traffic and the number of traffic, and they have maximum like 6 months. I don't think they have more than 6 months to track the last 6 months from today.
But there's really, like, for example, whilst we have, for example, Yoast or other tools for WordPress, right now for GEO, there's currently nothing. We have to do everything manually.
For now, yes, they need to make updates because there's a lot and a huge update. I just mentioned like 20% because we don't have time, but there's a lot of updates. That's a small part. There is a huge part. He said a question about very important because the AI crawler is not showing in Google Analytics. Okay, so you need to track it.
Anyone else has a question?
So thank you for your talk. Do you think this will make traditional SEO obsolete, or what do you recommend in terms of SEO right now?
Okay. It will be work aligned together. Okay, so it will not dead or isolated, but we are now optimizing for search engine. So we are optimize the product page to appear in the Google and first result and still the people searching in search engine. Imagine you are optimizing the search engine like Google and also the AI crawler. You just need to combine both together. And for example, if we are say the guideline of the Google for the optimization, you should have the semantic already. They mentioned that like more than 5 years ago. It's not a new. So because the people, they optimizing the page based on the keyword, on the title, and description, they use the SEO plugin and they score and say that score that 85%. Now our page is optimized. But look the content and the context on the product page, you will see different thing. It's not comprehensive. you feel like a lost. I don't have the all information. So, for example, if the people in the past they optimizing based on a semantic and make correction for context, of course they will appear in the first one. So if you do that, of course you will win in search engine and AI model. So it's not isolated, but we can play parallels. They haven't. Anybody have a question?
we do have time for one or two more questions. Anyone? Oh, there you go.
Thank you. So, do you have any recommendations or tools we can use for GEO?
Recommendation for GEO.
Yeah, tools that you might be using because, for instance, last week I was trying like this beta version of this tool that will let you ask questions to different LLMs and then check how your website is doing in these queries and then suggest you, okay, you should be creating this kind of content so you can be indexed for these kind of questions.
My first priority to have the product feed. You have already the schema markup, okay, and everything is set up for traditional SEO for the search engine, but you should have the feed of the product. It's very important because this is the best way for AI to pull the data from that file, from that JSON file, and see all the product with all information at one time. So it's faster and cleaner. So what I recommend to have that, you need to align with the tech team. You should have the product feed file, and you should have the mandatory information for each product. And if you have 1,000 product, you can pick the product that you want. That's what I recommend.
Right now, it's kind of like a manual implementation. It's not like, okay, here's this tool that will analyze your website and will tell you, oh, you need to implement this.
It
this
can
feed.
be for first time they can pick, and the cron job can work in the background to fetch the new data that you have in the same product you pick. Or if you need to change, for example, or make a change, you can replace the file by the cron job. Okay, you can set a criteria to, for example, this product is work in the first quarter, okay, and that product is not work. So I will replace other product, okay, to work with the product that work in the first quarter. So, and that through the cron job on the background that fetch the product or the product they select. For example, in first quarter, you need to focus on a skincare, okay, and you will leave the other category. So if optimized, you can add more or can make a change, make a modification. But for first time, you need to pick first what the product that you want, and the cron job is work in the background.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Very interesting.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so two things. First of all, best public ever, because I had two questions for you and they're done. So keep it up. And we are out of time. So if you have more questions, you can
Of course.
talk to Hamad outside. We're going to move on to the next session, but let me remind you that we're going to have a special session at the end. And after that last session, we'll have a surprise for everyone. So don't go away. Thank you, Hamad.